Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and today we're going to be talking about the most popular hoop shoes in the NBA season so far, right? So it hasn't been that long, but it's kind of cool to see which shoes are the most popular in the NBA right now. And we have the top 20, right? And we do have some old shoes as well, which does make sense because sometimes I feel like when I see NBA players, they don't like to switch it up that much, you know what I mean? Like they have like last year's model, which is fine, or a model that's like 2 years old. But yeah, some of them are pretty shocking and some of them you're like, oh, that makes sense. But then you guys already know which shoes are the most popular as far as like the brands go, right? It's pretty obvious. But yeah, let's get it started off with number 20, and we got the Nike KD 15, and we have 619 minutes played in it. And shouts out to Hoop Sneakers and also Kickstats for this information, which is pretty cool, right? So 619 minutes. So the KD 15 is pretty much last year's model. The KD 16, of course, is Kevin Durant's new shoe. But yeah, the KD 15 is a top tier performer. Amazing shoe. The only problem with it was heel slippage, but I guess NBA players still liked playing it. And the KD 15 was pretty high. If I remember correctly, it was like top 5, top 10 most popular basketball shoes in the NBA last year, right? So the KD 15, people are still playing in it, and it definitely does make sense. Next, we got a shoe that I don't like to play in, but now I guess some NBA players do like to play in it, and it's more for bigger dudes, or I guess I've only seen more like bigger dudes playing in it, and that's the Nike Air Zoom GT Run. At number 19, we got 644 minutes played in it. It's so cool how they just like, they also have the minutes played, and that's actually kind of crazy to have, you know, as far as the stats go. So again, shouts out to Kickstats. But yeah, Air Zoom GT Run, I didn't like that shoe all too much because of the 4-foot zoom strobe unit. It's way too thick, it's way too unstable feeling, and also my foot felt like it was going like this, you know, instead of normal is either like flat or like a offset, but then it was like a negative offset, you know. So I didn't really like playing in it, but obviously Wemby plays in it, and he hasn't really been playing the Hustle 2. You know, it was teased that he was gonna play in that shoe, but he's only playing the GT Run, which is like a year or two old. It's a pretty old shoe. It's still on this list, right? So maybe I feel like Wemby has the most minutes probably in this shoe so far. All right, next we got number 18, and that's the Ja 1. 714 minutes played in it, and I mean, that does make sense. I feel like I don't see that many people playing in the Ja 1s, which is interesting. I see a lot more people playing like the Sabrinas, which is of course a little bit higher on the list. But yeah, 714 minutes, number 18, not the best. I feel like it's not as popular. Remember when the Kyries came out? Everyone was wearing like the Kyrie 1. Everyone used to wear the Kyries, you know what I mean, like the Nike Kyries. I feel like the Ja 1 isn't as popular as that. I don't know, maybe people don't like Ja. Maybe, I don't know, that's just speculation, but it's still an amazing shoe though. It's way better than the Kyrie 1 performance-wise, in my personal opinion. Traction's amazing, cushion's nice, you know, supportive, it's still lightweight. So it's still an amazing performer, but I guess, you know, NBA players, it's not as popular. I thought it would be like top 10, you know what I mean? But it's number 18. All right, moving on to number 17, we got the Zoom Freak 4 with 720 minutes played in it. And the Ja 1 is not as popular as a shoe that came out last year, which is weird, right? So Zoom Freak 4, it's a very nice shoe, and I feel like I've seen a lot of people playing it, right, this year and also last year. The Zoom Freak line, I feel like, is very popular, especially in the NBA. It's a nice shoe, it's a responsive shoe, it's lightweight, it's minimal. So yeah, it definitely does make sense. In number 17, it's still on this list even though it's an older shoe. All right, moving on to number 16, we got the Tatum 1s, which is really, I think I've only seen Jason Tatum playing this shoe. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else playing it. But we have 771 minutes played in it. And yeah, it's still a very nice shoe. It's just not the most supportive shoe, which is interesting. Like Tatum's playing in it, and also other NBA players are playing in it. But yeah, I guess support is adequate enough, but definitely there are better options. Or I feel like every other shoe on this list is more supportive than the Tatum 1, you know what I mean? But the cushion's super nice, traction is overall really nice on a clean court. So yeah, there's number 16. Number 15, we got the LeBron Next Gen with 774 minutes played. All these are very close in minutes actually, right? So but yeah, the Next Gen is also pretty old. That's like a last year's shoe, but it's still a very nice shoe, and also it's an amazing looking shoe. I love all the colorways that have come out for the Next Gen. And yeah, it's very lightweight while being supportive and responsive, you know, with also providing very good cushion, which makes sense. It's a very good all-around performer. So the next gen is number 15. All right, moving on to number 14. I definitely thought the Sabrina one would be a little bit higher up on the list because I feel like I've seen a lot of people playing the Sabrina ones. But anyways, we got 854 minutes played in it, and it's number 14, of course. Sabrina one, very nice shoe, super lightweight, very responsive. Cushion also is super nice, but you still get good court feel, you get bounce in the forefoot, also in the heel with the React. And yeah, it's an overall supportive shoe, not the most supportive shoe on this list though, but it does have adequate support for me when I was playing it. So yeah, that definitely does make sense. Sabrina one, and there's some really dope colors, and you can ID it. I feel like I've seen some dope IDs. I feel like I saw like a what the ID of the Sabrina one recently, right? Next, we got the Zoom Freak 5 coming in at number 13. So basically all the newer shoes aren't even in the top 10, you know, like the Freak 5, the Sabrina 1, the Jaw 1s, Tatum 1s, right? So that's kind of weird, right? But the Freak 5, we have 895 minutes played in it. I feel like I see a lot of people playing in the Freak 5. So like I said, the Freak 4, people are still playing in it, even though it's a year old. And the Freak 5, even though it's a newer shoe, people are also playing it in the Zoom. The Zoom Freak 5 is a very popular shoe amongst NBA players, and rightly so. The Freak 5 is a beast performer, a very nice shoe to play in, especially if you're a guard, if you want responsiveness, but also it still has nice cushion, right? All right, moving on to number 12, we got the Nike LeBron 21. Again, it's a newer shoe. I wonder what shoes the NBA players are playing in, you know, because I feel like all the new shoes are being used up already, and they're not even top 10, right? So 923 minutes played in the LeBron 21, and I feel like the only person I see playing in the LeBron 21 is LeBron. I guess besides on the Lakers, you know, like I feel like AD plays in LeBron's as well. But yeah, amazing beast performer, and yeah, it's just a really good all-around shoe as well. Support's great, cushion's great, but not too much cushion. If you're a guard, you'd still like it. The traction is still very nice, top tier. But next is very interesting. All right, so number 11, we got the two-way V4 with 981 minutes played in it, which is crazy, you know what I mean? But I mean, New Balance does have a good amount of people signed, and they don't have that many shoes, right? So no one's gonna be playing in the Kawhis besides Kawhi Leonard, you know? And then I guess they do have the Fresh Foam BB, but I feel like a lot more people probably like the two-way V4. So yeah, every single New Balance athlete is probably wearing the two-way V4, which does make sense. It's an amazing shoe, cushion's nice, traction's very solid, support's great. It's a pretty lightweight, minimal shoe. So yeah, number 11 is more popular than the LeBron's Freak 5, Sabrina 1, which is pretty crazy. But like I said, New Balance has a lot of people signed, right? All right, cracking the top 10, we got the Jordan Luka 2s with 1,171 minutes, which is kind of crazy. The Luka 2 is not one of my favorite shoes because it's just so stiff. I definitely wish it was a little bit more smooth as far as the overall upper goes, and also the sole of the shoe. Traction was pretty nice, and then the cushion I wish was better. However, I guess, you know, if you're looking for something responsive and low to the ground, Luka 2 is great. But Luka 2 top 10 is crazy, you know what I mean? More popular than the Jaw 1s and the Sabrina 1s and the Freak 5s. That's insane, right? All right, number 9 is a shoe that also I don't like, which is a Zoom GT Cut 2 with 1,172 minutes played in it. We got the GT Cut 3 coming out soon, and I'm very excited for those. But the GT Cut 2, I don't like the cushion. It's way too high up off the ground. Traction isn't that nice either. Fits so tight in the toe box, so I just wasn't a fan of the shoe. But you know, I mean, if you like it, you like it, right? All right, next we got the GT Hustle 2 with 1,284 minutes played in it with full-length Zoom Strobel unit. The foam is also soft. The traction is pretty solid. The upper is just a very lightweight shoe, and it's very flexible as well. So I guess that does make sense. But yeah, maybe NBA players want a shoe where there's no signature athlete tied to it. Maybe that's why the GT Hustle is a little bit higher up on the list, right? And then number 7 is the Kobe 8, which is pretty interesting. It doesn't say Protro. No, I definitely feel like I see a lot of Protros, but I also feel like I see a lot of just regular Kobe 8s as well. But we got 1,337 minutes played in the Kobe 8. That makes sense. One of the lightest basketball shoes ever, and it's an amazing performer in my personal opinion. All right, number 6, of course, is also the Kobe 4 Protro with 1,533 minutes, and this, it says Protro here. So yeah, the Kobe 4 Protro, you guys already know, amazing shoe. All right, we got a crazy stat. Number 5 is the Adidas Harden Volume 7 with 1,608 minutes played in it. And yes, the Harden Volume 7 is an amazing freaking performer, super comfortable, amazing court feel, but also good step and comfort. Traction is really nice. Support's great. The only thing I don't like about the shoe is that it's a little heavy and a little bulky, but the responsiveness of the shoe makes up for that, right? And number 5 is kind of crazy, you know, so it's wow, that's crazy, right? Number 4, obviously Kobe 5. You know, the Kobe 5 is very popular, and we'll probably see the Kobe 6. Yeah, we'll probably see the Kobe 6 soon. But yeah, the Kobe 5, 1,640 minutes played in it. Amazing shoe. Number 3, we got the LeBron 20. The LeBron 20 is more popular than 21. It's pretty interesting. 21 and 20 play very similarly. There are some differences. However, in my personal opinion, the 21 is a little bit better, but I guess the 20 is still super popular with 2,082 minutes with the LeBron 20s, right? Moving on to number 2, we got the KD 16, right? I guess that does make sense. I feel like I see a lot of people playing the KD 16. We got 2,584 minutes played in it, and overall, it's a very nice shoe. I just wish the traction was a top tier. It's still solid, very nice traction. I just wish it was a little bit better. But yeah, the KD 16. That definitely does make sense. I feel like I see a lot of it. And then next, of course, number 1 is always going to be number 1. And we got the Kobe 6, you know, with 4,477 minutes. Double number 2, which is absolutely insane. Double it, you know what I mean? And of course, NBA players love the Kobe 6s. I mean, I feel like the NBA players love just Kobe's in general, like the 4, the 5, the 6, also the 8, and, you know, hopefully I get my hands on a pair of the Protro 8s. But anyways, yeah, that makes sense. Kobe 6, or maybe it's the Kobe 6 and also the Kobe 6 Protro. But you know, Nike has been giving the NBA players a lot of PEs. I feel like I've seen some dope PEs over the years. But yeah, does this list surprise you? There definitely were some shoes, definitely like the Harden Volume 7, and also Harden's been playing the Harden Volume 8 as well, you know. But just seeing the Harden Volume 7 on this list kind of surprises me. It just speaks to how good that shoe is, you know, very nice shoe. But anyways, that about wraps it up for most popular shoes in the NBA so far this season. Tell us what surprised you down in the comment section below, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.